Peace and love, everyone. This is Sister Iman. I am dropping another video. In this video, I'm gonna read your article about the Emmett Till. U.S. closes investigation without charges. The Department of Justice made an announcement after meeting Emmett Till's relatives in Illinois on Monday. The Chicago 14-year-old was kidnapped, tortured, and killed after a white woman said he had harassed her at the store. His death galvanized America, then budding civil rights movement. Emmett's mother insisted on an open coffin at her funeral, and the published photos of the boy's brutalized remains shocked the nation. Caroline Bryant Doham said Emmett had grabbed her by the waist, uttered a profanity, and asked her for a date while she was alone in the family grocery store on the evening of August 24th, 1955 in Money, Mississippi. But in 2017 best-selling book, The Blood of Emmett Till by historian Timothy Tyson quoted her as a recanting his story. The author said she had indicated in her first book ever known interview that her courtroom testimony 6 decades earlier about Emmett's purported events was unfolded. However, the Department of Justice said in a statement on Monday that the FBI had interviewed Ms. Donham and she had denied ever disavowing her testimony and did not provide any further information. They added, the authorities concluded there were insufficient evidence to prove that she ever told the professor, Mr. Tyson, that any part of her testimony was untrue. Although the professor represented that he had recorded 2 interviews with her, he provided the FBI with only 1 recording, which did not contain any recantation. The statement added, the professor also provided inconsistent explanations about whether the missing recording included the alleged recantation or whether instead the woman made the key admission before he began recording the interview. Officials also said there was nothing to validate the claim that Ms. Donham had disavowed her story in any transcript of Mr. Tyson's interviews. The author quotes Ms. Donham in the book as saying, that's part not true. Nothing that boy did could ever justify what happened to him. But the Department of Justice said, even in the author's account, it was unclear what Ms. Donham was referring when she quotes saying, that's part not true. Ms. Donham's daughter-in-law, Marsha Holly Bryant, was present for the 2 tape recorded interviews with Mr. Tyson, and she said in 2018 that Ms. Donham has never recanted. Mr. Tyson, a researcher and historian at Duke University in North Carolina, stood by his version in statements to the U.S. media on Monday. He said in an email to the New York Times, Caroline started spilling the beans before I got the recorder going. I documented her words carefully. He added, my reporting is rock solid. He said in the email to NBC News, I'm standing in the public square telling the truth as I see it based on solid evidence. Emmett's cousin, Simon Wright, was among the eyewitnesses who said Emmett had wolf whistled Miss Donham outside the store for a laugh, but Mr. Wright denied that Emmett had ever spoken out of turn to her. 4 days later, Emmett was dragged from his bed at his uncle's home, beaten and shot in the head. His corpse will be recovered from a local river. Ms. Donham's ex-husband, Roy Bryant, and brother-in-law, J.W. Millam, were prosecuted for Emmett's death. They were acquitted, by the all-white jury after just over an hour of deliberation. Months later, they confessed to the murder in the Pay magazine interview, but maintained they had done nothing wrong. The pair were not brought to trial again and have since died. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a link to this article in the description box. I will close out this video. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.